Most hurdlers do drills, but most don't see big changes in their actual race form. Why? Because drills without application just become busy work. In this video, I'm analyzing 7 hurdlers from around the world, all of whom are dealing with form issues they've already tried to fix through drills. You'll learn how to connect what you're doing in practice to what's actually happening mid-race, so your drills start working for real. I'm Mike Caton from ACE Method Coaching, and from all the videos I received this week, these are the 7 that I'm going to analyze. I'm going to show you some specific things to help you get faster now. Let's go. This is John in the lead. He's only 12 years old, but he's already been hurdling for 4 years, and he's exceptionally good. But he has a known issue with swinging his lead leg around. He says he's been able to fix it in drills, but every time he runs full speed, it still is a problem. The problem that you're describing is very common. Most athletes can't, when they're learning something or trying to relearn a movement, do it at slow speed and then expect it to work at full speed. Because when you go full speed, your body wants to revert back to habits. So the way I teach in my ACE method, and it's described in my Hurdling 101, is to first isolate the limb that you're trying to fix and do it slow and very simple. And once you master that, then you can gradually increase the speed. So you go from standing drills to walking drills to skipping drills to jogging drills, and then increase the speed from there. So what you're doing is you're building lots of little bridges to take you from the slow drill to the full speed, and that's how you get there. This is Jeremy closer to the camera. He's doing a 5-step drill to work on his speed between the hurdles, but he feels like he's struggling with his trail leg not coming down properly. Yeah, Jeremy, I can see what you're talking about. You can see your foot right here is going to hit the hurdle. As you pull your trail leg around the hurdle, you need to get your knee a little higher, but you also need to think about your foot. Rather than letting your foot point down, you need to turn it up. So think about taking your pinky toe and lifting it up to the sky. So if you focus on this in all your trail leg drills, it'll come together, especially if you start slow and gradually increase the complexity. So go from standing to walking to skipping to jogging to running, you'll get this. If you can fix this one thing along with what a good sprinter you look like, you should have a really good season. If you're a hurdler or a coach and want to know how you can get better, check out my website at acemethodcoaching.com. This is Gary. He's going into his sophomore year of high school. He's only been hurdling this summer. His coach has done a really good job of gradually increasing the height and the spacing between the hurdles as he develops this hurdler, and just wants to know how things are going so far. I'd spend your time now working on the descent from the hurdle. You can see that when he touches down here, his knee is bent and he's sitting back. So make sure that he gets his hips forward as he comes off this hurdle so he's a lot taller. Even though you've been really smart about gradually increasing the spacing between the hurdles, I wonder if you need to slow down a little bit. I see a lot of space between his knees as he has his first step and again on his second step, which tells me that they're a little bit too far for him and he's having to reach out in order to make that. So this is bad habits that are going to be hard to break. Seeing as how it's only summer, he's got a long time before he's going to have to race, I would decrease the spacing a little bit to something that's more comfortable and he'll get there. This is Rysaiah going into his senior year of high school. He's only been hurdling for 1 year, but he's doing exceptionally well. He's trying to compete more at a national level and wanting to know what kind of things can make a difference. What makes you great is the fact that you don't slow or lose any energy going into the hurdle and staying nice and low, but I especially like the way you come off the hurdle and roll right into your steps to the next hurdle. This look is especially good, but here's where you can make some changes. If you notice when your trail leg comes down, I can see a big gap between your knees. The elite hurdlers don't do that. Same thing applies to your second step, a lot of space here. And also going into your plant step, I also see a lot of space here. So your running between the hurdles has to be just like you're running the 100-meter dash. You need to get up tall, rotate your pelvis forward, and work on a low heel recovery. So I would dedicate this time going into your senior year, working on your body, working on your power and your sprint technique. It's going to make all the difference. This is Pietro. He's an under 20 multi-athlete. Feels like he's struggling with his trail leg and being too close to the hurdle. Pietro, I'm going to disagree a little with you. While you might be a little too close to the hurdle, I think your trail leg actually moves fine. Your problem is that you're just jumping up high over the hurdle. You can see this here. And you end up so far on the other side of the hurdle, even farther from where you took off. And usually it's supposed to be double the distance here as where you touch down here. So the overall problem is you're just jumping up instead of driving forward. Also keeping your lead leg too straight. So I would focus on lead leg drills and driving forward and making sure that you don't go up on all of your drills. If you'd like to see how you can get on one of these YouTube videos or possibly get a real virtual coaching session from me, I'll leave a link in the description and the comments. This is Emerson. She's in the 7th grade. She's only been hurdling 2 months and wants to know how to fix her trail leg. Emerson, you're doing great for how short you've only been hurdling. But yes, I can see that your trail leg is an issue. You're letting it hang underneath you as you pull it over. And that's one of the things that's causing you to go too high over the hurdle, which is going to slow you down. I also see from the bent knee here a lack of commitment to really drive hard over that hurdle. So you're going to want to work on that. And you're kind of hopping as you go over the hurdle. To fix it, I'm going to give you access to my hurdle drill library. I need to go through these drills in this order. Start with a standing wall trail leg drill. When you get good at that, do a walking trail leg drill, then advance to a skipping trail leg drill, then a jogging trail leg drill. Doing it in this order should help you learn how to do it properly. So keep up the good work, you're going to be great. This is Trace in the lead. He's only going to be a sophomore in high school, already running very fast times, but feels like he needs more speed between the hurdles. Trace, the speed that you already have for your age is exceptional. You're doing great. I'm going to point out some things that I see and then tell you what I think the reason is. See the way that your right lead leg touches down on the left side of the track? And then when your trail leg comes down, you're almost at the edge of the track and then leaning over like off balance. I believe that's because as you go over the hurdle, you're pulling both of your arms forward, and that's what's causing your problems here. In addition to that, you notice when you touch down, you're a little bit seated with your hip back here. You want to get the hips forward as you come off that hurdle so you're standing up taller. It gets your foot underneath you so you have less braking action because your foot is kind of stabbing into the track. You want it to come down and back on the track. If you can fix these things now, you're going to go into your junior year blazing speed. That's it. I hope you learned a lot. Remember, if you want to learn more, check out my website at acemethodcoaching.com.